my birthday, diary. Photo 1, dining table covered with food. 2, my sister Nora, Sami, Tarek, and Mom smile towards the camera. 3, a birthday cake with a small sugar sheet with my name on it. 4, Mom proudly handing me my present. 5, Mom's present, a gray woolen scarf she knitted herself. 6, self-portrait in the mirror. With a scarf around my neck, it stretches down to my feet. 7, gathering round the truck going to Wadi Abu Shri. 8, several people load up the small truck. 9, in the truck, all sorts of things are piled up. Suitcases, mattresses, an oven, a fridge, a TV, with a small boy looking at the camera in the middle. 10, the rather dirty little boy looks at me with wonderful wide open eyes. 11, in front of the truck, the family tidying their last articles. 12, the small boy points to the house they had occupied. 13, the old house is riddled with bullet holes and is in part gutted. On the first floor, there are a man and woman looking at me. 14, the man and woman seen through a shell hole in the facade. 15, the woman carrying a baby in her arms. 16, the Solidaire private security crew walking towards me, camera shade. 17, one of them points to my camera asking me to stop photographing, blurred. 18, at Tavares, she comes out of canal. She is very beautiful. 19, she walks along the pavement, smiling at the policeman on duty at the crossroads. 20, a group of men lingering on the corner turn back as she passes. 21, she greets them as though she knows them. 22, at the level of the agency, she suddenly turns back. 23, they're embarrassed at being found out. 24, she smiles, amused. 25, she enters the BW agency. 26, the group of men laughing. 27, through the window seated behind her desk in the BW agency, she types at her computer. 28, still through the window, a close-up of her long hands with painted nails as she leaps through a pile of airline tickets. 29, she raises her head towards me. 30, Ida, astonished, a little furious, frowning. 31, Ida, she fixes on me. 32, Ida, she gets up, leaves her desk, and walks towards me. 33, Ida, camera shake. 34, she stands opposite me, still staring at me through the window. 35, she stares at me, posing before the lens. 36, she smiles. Number 9705401, 10th and 11th of May 1997, diary. The Pope's visit to Lebanon. Photo 1, through the window of my room, Adonis distributing the remains of some chicken to the cats in front of his shop. 2, dozens of cats surrounding Adonis. 3, 2 cats eating side by side under a car. 4, Adonis separating 3 cats that are fighting over a piece of chicken. 5, Mrs. Strur looks at Adonis disapprovingly. 6, argument between Mrs. Strur on her balcony and Adonis in the road. 7, behind the half-open shutters on the 3rd floor, one of the bad girls and her mother watch the scene silently and discreetly. 8, self-portrait in my studio. I wait. 9, through the window of the studio, a busy street with pedestrians coming and going. 10, general view of the empty studio with and, on the opposite wall, some pictures of my favorite singers, Abdel Halim, Kulthum, and Abdel Wahab. 11, at Fauzi, 2 Syrian workers paint the walls to remove the slogans. 12, partisan slogans with the cedars of Lebanon. 13, another slogan, that of the Ba'ath Party, under which has been written, we will fight until life, until death. 14, a sentence written in red, Marwan, we will avenge you. 15, white paint covering part of the sentence. 16, avenge you can still be read. 17, the slogan is still visible. 18, one of the workers laying another coat of paint. 19. The whole phrase has vanished. 20. Fauzi, standing very straight, coat over his shoulder, hurries the workers. 21. At the end of the garage, 2 mattresses between the oil drums. The workers' room. 22. On the road leading to Mom's home, some people dressed in white carrying posters of John Paul II. 23. On the walls, dozens of posters of the Pope. 24. A large banner. Welcome to Lebanon, John Paul II. 25. Another banner in front of Mom's home. John Paul II, we love you. 26. Mom, in front of the television, crossing herself. Yola, the neighbor, also. 27. On the screen, an incredible crowd appearing as small dots. 28. On the screen, John Paul II blesses the crowd. 29. Mom crosses herself again. Yola, 2. 30. On the screen, a jubilant crowd with dozens and dozens of banners. 31. On the small table, a photograph of John Paul II. 32. By hand, turning the photograph of John Paul II against the tabletop. 33. Mom is angry at me, but Yola looks horrified. 34. Mom's hand as she puts the photograph back in place. 35. On the screen, the large crowd forms a compact mass. 36. On the television, statues of St. Rita and St. Teresa. Number 9706437, 2nd June 1997. An afternoon with A. Diary. Photo 1. In front of the agency through the windscreen, half-empty pavements with pedestrians in the distance. 2. BW. The door opens and the offices appear. 3. A comes out accompanied by a friend. 4. They separate on the pavement and say goodbye, waving. 5. A walks towards me untying her hair. 6. A smiles as she sees me photographing her. 7. A enters the car. 8. Self-portrait with A, arms outstretched in the car. 9. Edom. We embrace. 10. Edom. Steamy kiss. 11. Self-portrait. My lips swollen by A's kisses. 12. Sunset at Breda Cafe. 13. Edom. Red rays of the sun showing through the clouds. 14. Edom. With an aeroplane in the sky. 15. At Fadi, Rabi and Omar each reading the newspaper in a symmetrical way. 16. They speak over their newspapers, focused on the head title, Private Real Estate Company Solidaire to destroy 2 new buildings today. 17. They argue around what they read, waving their newspapers about. 18. Each go off in a different direction. 19. Empty chairs with creased newspapers folded over their backs. 20. Rabia and Omar have returned to their tables and impassively, elegantly look into the distance. 21. Rabia sleeps in front of his coffee. 22. Edom, with all the hubbub of the cafe behind him. 23. Old Zakia painfully climbs the stairs. 24. Zakia looks at me photographing her. 25. Her face set, an angry look in my direction. 26. In the center of town, the half-destroyed Hashem building with bulldozers getting down to work. 27. 2 walls riddled with bullet holes still stand. 28. On the ground floor, 2 shops, and on the right, the Wahid studio, my father's old photographic studio. 29. 2 bulldozers knocked down what was still standing. 30. A child's drawing pinned to a piece of wall. 31. Edom, but closer. A drawing of a large flower in the sea. 32. A tangle of metal rods with a graphic form. 33. On the ground, fragments of blue and white colored tiles in the middle of the gravel. 34. A piece of destroyed wall suspended in a steel tangle. 35. Concrete stairs tipped over on their side and hanging. 36. Edom, for closer.
Number 9805703, 14th of May 1998. Mer Tower, beginning. Photo 1.